I tried over and over again to explain to these caseworkers that Fred Deuel and Robert Deuel and Elizabeth St. Cyr and all these guys, they're religious nutcases. Fred Deuel had dated Ted Bundy's sister. Yeah, the serial killer. Ted Bundy's sister, Alice Bundy. And even claims to have a daughter with her, Hope Bundy. He proudly says that that's his kid. So at first, when Marie was alive, he denied it, but now according to him and Elizabeth and Robbie, they're claiming that that's true and that Hope is actually their sister and that that's his kid with Alice Bundy, who is the serial killer Ted Bundy's sister. So I'm looking at these people like they're a bunch of religious nutcases because my mom told me that that was not my dad. Everybody agrees, and everybody in town knew it. They even saw my mom with my real biological father. So it's known, and it actually was on her birthday, September 6th of 1974, or excuse me, 1973, that I was conceived. Premature children run in our family. So we know for a fact that Fred is not my dad. And we also know that he set the fire intending to kill me and Steve, which this was after my mom had left from him, because he was not the father of either of her children. And he was very bitter about it. He later went on to be with Ted Bundy's sister, which makes me concerned as to whether or not he's involved with any of those murders. We've got a situation in California where I helped find a serial killer. I mean, I wasn't the defining factor, but my picture actually sealed the deal on his conviction. The picture that I suggested that this photographer took because they knew that I was involved in crime lab photography and with other stuff because of not just Job's Daughters. It was my interest, and I had been involved with the sheriff's department with San Diego for quite a while by that time. And so I had a name in the San Diego Sheriff's Department because of it. So this is not something that was a secret, not there or here, because my family bragged about it because they were quite proud of me. I mean, come on, it's an accomplishment. It's prestigious. So again, I repeatedly told these people with Department of Health and Human Services and with Michigan that Fred is a nutcase and he's a religious psychopath. And I'm concerned for my daughter's safety. They act like they don't care. They should, especially when my daughter was wrongfully removed from the state of Michigan without my consent. And I repeatedly told them no, and they did it anyway. That's the exact type of behavior of a sociopath to do stuff like that, especially when they know that it was against the law. So we've got all of this is documented. I made sure I documented every drop of it. So the military will probably, I pray that they help us. We've been begging for help for a long time, and I'm just dumbfounded that we've not received any help, considering all these sheriffs and law enforcement say they believe in the law and they follow the law. Well, where's the law to help us? Because, we didn't do anything wrong. We're the victims, and that's documented and established. What are they going to do about this? I want my daughter, and the state allowed religious nutcases to wrongfully take her and lie on us. And it's documented. So what are we going to do about it? This isn't talking about anybody. I've never talked about anybody unless they've been involved in our case. So for that to be said, if you were involved and you put yourself in it, that's you, because I have to give testimony. And if the court won't listen and the politicians won't listen, then you're supposed to go to the public, because that's the policy and procedure that God gives when he lays out what we're supposed to do in order to resolve a conflict. So I'm trying to teach people with God's love. Again, these are religious nutcases that took my daughter. And that's one of the reasons my mom left Michigan, because they wouldn't defend her knowing that Fred is a psychopath. With God's love. God bless America. Have a blessed day. And Badge, please back me, because it's the law. I'm not asking you to do anything that I wouldn't expect you to do for anybody else in my position. I'm not asking for a favor. I'm asking you to follow the law. So please do that with God's love. God bless America. Have a blessed day and back the badge.